Welcome, I am CJ.
And I'm AJ.
Today we are playing This Is the Police. This is a game that I'm super excited for. This is a management sim where you play a police chief on his last days in the force, days before retirement, and he's too old for this shit. And you get to send all your police officers onto their little routine calls and their big incidences, all that sort of stuff. I just think this is going to be super awesome and super fun.
You make it sound like by the end of this game he's just going to get gunned down.
It's very well possible. I gave this quick start just to test to make sure all the recording software was working, that sort of thing, and it seemed like it was going to be something that I really got into. As you can see here, it actually has a little bit of a story mode to sort of get you involved with the character and stuff. Not paying particular attention to it at the moment. That's not what we're here for. If you're looking in for the story, you can get it yourself. We're here to see how much we can fuck everything up. I'm curious to see how much we can get into the management. Can we just... I assume it's run your police force properly as best you can. But I also kind of want to be well, how crooked can you make your cops? How good can you make them? Can I fuck around with that?
Well, I mean, if you can, you're going to be the crookedest cop ever, right?
Hey, no, don't say that. Partly, I don't know if I've ever said on another podcast or anything before, but I kind of have aspirations towards becoming a police officer.
I don't think you have.
No? Yeah, you totally just blackballed me. I'm on a list somewhere going, no, he is never going to get in now. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, so something like this, it's fun. It appeals to that sort of side to me, that little boyhood dream type thing. But I've always liked games like this anyway. There's old games called Narc and stuff. But that also, okay, I'm getting off to tangents already. There was an old game on the NES called Narc that I used to play with my grandmother. That was one of the very first games I've ever played. Where you just have two cops going and shooting down dozens and dozens and dozens of people per level and collecting all their drugs and weapons and stuff like that. So that has a place in my heart. And then there was a PS2 Xbox version that also was pretty fun. It was like a shitty third-person shooter type thing, but you could be a crooked cop going around doing drugs and planting evidence on people, or you could be an upstanding cop going around and arresting all the bad guys and stuff, and it was a really fun game. So I've always kind of liked this.
Okay, so do we have to read these headlines? Is it
a little bit. I think we are Jack Boyd. We are resigning. Something to do with, I don't know, the mayor, who knows.
The mayor's a sex maniac?
Yes, I believe so. I believe that's what it was aiming at. So yeah, I think, from what I recall, is we don't quite get along with the mayor. I think we might have fucked him over a little bit. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. This isn't why we're here. This isn't the game.
Oh, I'm happy that they're kind of keeping this Noirish feel that it started out with, because I didn't know if that was just an intro and then it's just going to be pure gameplay now, no more of this.
Your pronunciation of it is changing. The first time you said it... Oh no, was it the last version? Oh fuck! Okay, the first time we did one that we failed and things fucked up and we had to restart this recording, you said noir, and now you're saying nor.
I didn't say nor.
You just said nor.
Nor.
You're changing your accent. Alright, I'm going to skip the line. You guys can just stop this if you really want to take a look at it. Doesn't matter. Papers tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Call it penance for the preacher.
This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me.
I don't know what's going on.
Not because I subconsciously...
Who cares? This is what it matters.
Over all this.
I like if you notice when I'm skipping the lines, it's doing a little tape recorder effect.
I'm going to have to do something. I may have a lot of...
Alright, so we're doing a press conference right now.
How to drive away the swarming demon. Shutting
Blinded by the camera flash. Okay, that's cool. Alright. Good morning, everyone. Hello.
You gotta click it?
Oh, yeah. Alright. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance?
Are we being forced out, or did we choose it?
I assume we're being forced out.
No, I mean, what do you want to say?
Oh. I'm going to say... We're going to be a little bit pissed off about this. We are a cop that's been doing this for their entire career. We're super nice. And I think we fucked over the mayor. I think we had him arrested or something. He's a sex maniac, right?
But you're going to be just completely unpolitic about it from the very beginning.
Hey, we're getting kicked out. What does it matter?
Alright.
Alright. Mayor Rogers is a dishonorable, corrupt politician. He's waiting for an opportunity to get rid of me. Yeah, so I think we busted him. Do you know the name of your successor? Who gives a shit? It's not my job anymore. I've done my job. I'm finished with it. My interests are only cigars and jazz. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy, Francis Kendrick, said he was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? I don't know who it is. You say probably, I say who cares? It's not my business. Ask him yourself. Fucking vultures. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Whoa, what?
Huh?
Okay, that was out of left field. Bullshit. No, we are not cooperating. Excuse me, that's a pile of horse shit. The Mafia and police working together, maybe in their cahoots with aliens. The Mafia are a bunch of low-life criminals. What story did we miss at the beginning of this? I think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement. How should I know? Better ask him. That's the fucker who's kicking me out. Thank you.
But I mean,
okay, that was a quick press
our very
conference.
first answer was, he's doing this to me, he's an asshole, and then in the end it's like, do you think it's because he doesn't like you?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick.
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
Oh, we don't like our junior.
Alright, so I kind of just want to... Oh, that was fast. I missed everything.
I knew what face I'd see.
Only one man could be
Arrogant, no
Mayor
worries.
Rogers.
White summer shoes, white socks,
That's a lot of white.
shorts. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he never should.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We want to get to the actual policing. This isn't the policing.
There's no smoke.
It's cool that they included all this, and I like that as, like, if I was just playing this game on my own, it'll help you get invested. But from a Let's Play perspective, I want to get to the copping. This isn't the copping.
I have a new assistant, Troy Stark.
Tony Stark, I get it. He's a businessman.
Quit smoking.
Whoa, that got graphic. Censor.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, yes. I don't know what, called for us phoning him up while he's having sex to tell him to go fuck himself, but...
That's just how we roll.
Yeah. Alright, go to work. Vroom vroom.
I think next time you might want to read some of those headlines.
Nope! That's not the way we roll
We're
here.
prepared.
Nope. Don't care.
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore.
Why do we have it?
Everybody just takes
Well, you can't
snacks
exactly
from the
tear it down.
machines or
I mean, you
grabs a
could.
meal and hammers
Like,
it
change it
down
into
the
something
throat.
else. Make it into a weight room or another locker room or, like,
The main
a
thing,
nap area for the
don't
guys who
look
are just
into
off duty and don't
anyone's
want to go home to their wives because they're
Could be
having problems in
construed as an invitation
the
to sit together.
household.
The only people eating here.
Oh, there's one guy sitting there. The lunch lady must be super sad that she's making all this macaroni and cheese for absolutely nobody.
Everyone knows. I need that file I
Little do
asked
you know,
for.
she's just sitting on her
Francis
ass all
didn't say
day.
anything,
I mean,
but
isn't that what they
I
do most of the time? It's like you make one meal a day and then you go home, right?
Besides, I got a feeling.
Alright, here we go. The actual game. So I already took a quick look at this just when I was testing everything, so I get a general idea how to do things. This is our roster of police officers. The right side here is their energy. This little red icon here is their seniority, so all these guys are pretty much rookies.
Wait, what red icon?
No, this little icon here.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like their little badge.
Fair enough, but you called it red, and I'm like...
I didn't call it red.
Yes, you
I
did.
said this little icon here.
You said this little red icon
No,
here.
I didn't.
You did.
Okay, so that is their seniority, so this is our only sort of senior officer. Generally, this is how good they are at their job as well. I don't remember what the number was. I think, this is somewhere around they're an average police officer. So this is a really shitty police officer. Because it's like an old lady or whatever that, like, gives you candies out of her purse. I don't know what these people do. They didn't get a tutorial at all. So, I think they're just administration. So,
Okay.
right at the beginning here, this is our city. We're going to get little calls coming in of, what the problems and stuff. People that, phone 911, and then we're going to have to assign people. So, everyday mall. A hit and run. A married couple exit a convenience store and saw a van parking lot. Saw a van in the parking lot back over a homeless man who'd just been digging through the trash can. The driver jumped out to help. Once she saw that he'd hit a bum, he got back in the van and drove away. So all I need to really do is send a shitty police officer to this because we need to probably.
Do you think old lady here can do it?
All they have to, I guess it is like, I don't know. I assume that there's not going to be a chase here. So all it is send someone to take a information and maybe look at security cameras and stuff. I'm just gonna send an old person.
Okay, but everybody else has like 100 stars or
Okay,
whatever.
but we gotta put that person on something, right? And I figure that's a super easy thing.
I guess.
Last Picture Theater. There's a fight. Theater manager reports that during a showing as Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. He really likes that movie. It's a terrible movie. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and is currently fighting with his theater's security guard. So, there we go. We need someone who's able to fight off this man. I got a lot of chicks on my force here. I'm going to send this dude, not to be too sexist, but if he's got a fight, I want him to be...
That is a little bit sexist.
Well, whatever, you know? Too bad.
It's like, I've got one dude, let's send him to the fight. None of the chicks can handle it.
Yeah, I literally have one dude on the force. I mean, I don't want them to just be like, oh shit, I can't handle this guy, and then shoot him, though she looks like she can handle herself in a fight.
Like, you gotta be like that.
Because she's pretty butch.
That's racist.
That's not racist. Alright, messages, a report on the hit and run. The offender escaped, the officer is unharmed. Well, I kind of knew they were escaped because they already drove off.
But I think she didn't catch him.
Well, I didn't quite expect her to catch him.
Didn't you want her to? Isn't that the point?
I guess, but I mean, I didn't expect it. So, you know...
You got a report on the fight.
The offender escaped. Officer unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Alright, better than nothing. Did his thing go up or did it... I don't know.
Yeah, something did.
Alright, so she's returning back. Armed robbery. Oh shit, okay. Armed robbery. 3 teenagers armed shotgun robbed a videotape store. Made off the whole collection of adult movies. Wow, that's a lot of work for porno. The criminals fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the license plate. The owner is one Janet Brown who lives in the suburbs.
Well, you've got room for 2 people. Can you send 2 people and maybe catch the person?
Yeah, possibly. We'll send Officer Purdy and Austin. Think that'll work. Proceed. We got another fight. Brother and sister clashed with each other over the deceased father's will. According to one of the lawyers, we don't dare separate them. Our security guard is off duty tonight. Okay, so you guys are, I guess, tired, so we're just gonna send Asano. I like the little red, like, where they're going in the city. I wish I could kind of look into, like, things a little bit better.
Like Sim style?
Yeah,
Zoom in.
like, can I watch the police officer do their thing? So we have one SWAT member here for really big problems. The ghetto.
An
Assault. A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician and run away with his guitar and money. Alright, even though it's the ghetto, you know, that's not a huge incident. I'm just gonna send Officer Yancey again. I'm pretty sure he can handle it.
You're just never gonna send your first chick here, like your little...
Oh, what's going on here? So the armed robbery in the suburb. The vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Sneak into the house through an open window. I think that's technically illegal. Though I guess the car out there is reasonable suspicion. Though you can't really, like, sneak through, you know? It's kind of like you can knock on the door and be like, oh, can I look around? But you're not going to be able to sneak through the window. Turn on the siren and loudspeaker and shout the house is surrounded. Knock on the door, open up police. Alright, we're going to do the upstanding thing. Hey, offender caught, officers unharmed.
Nice.
Yeah, so they all went up on their thing, I think. God, I gotta pay attention to this. Yeah, I think she was like 210 before.
Yeah. And that's them returning, I guess.
Report from the fight. Offender escaped. Holy fuck.
Maybe it's just because you send one person.
She went down.
Huh.
Okay, so the offender escaped, so it was like a negative thing. Huh, okay.
So yeah, maybe you need 2 people since you have an option to send 2 people.
I don't think you need 2 people. I think that's like this suggested you can do 2 people.
I don't know. It just seems like twice the likelihood they'll catch the person.
Alright, so we got, alright, the report on the assault. Offender escaped. Fuck. The officers are shit.
It's not their fault that you're assigning them wrongly.
So, it's my last day. I don't give a shit. Oh, end of the day. Apparently no crimes take place 8 o'clock, after 8 o'clock.
It's somebody else's problem at that point.
Alright, oh, so now we're onto a different shift. Now it's a night shift, filled with, like, all old guys. What? Okay. Can I just end of the day?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Used to be when I asked
So yeah,
Kendrick to
since we're
stay
kind of
late at
skipping
the
this,
office,
a recent thing, another thing I don't think I've ever mentioned on the podcast, or the Let's Plays, the podcast, still called the podcast. I work at a strip club now, as a bouncer. I mentioned on some of our way old Let's Plays that I was a bouncer at clubs sometimes. I'm a bouncer at a strip club now. And one of the funnier incidents that we've had recently was super crowded late night on like a Saturday, club filled with people. There's a guy in our upstairs sort of VIP lounge, young kid, maybe in his early 20s. Do you remember this story?
I'll remember it when you get there, but right now it's just another person.
Decided I don't want to pay this dancer for her lap dances or whatever, and decided I'm going to make a run out of the club. Ran to the nearest door that he assumed was an exit. However, it was not the exit, it was the stage door. And he goes out and just takes a nosedive down a flight of stairs, maybe like 6 feet, and just lands on his stomach in the middle of the stage while the girl's doing her routine. Club's crowded, everyone's laughing, what the fuck is going on? This guy is on stage scrambling, not knowing what the fuck to do. Starts running to the side of the stage. Me and another one of the bouncers try to cut him off. He goes, shit, I can't go down that way. Runs across the stage and just leaps off. I possibly could have intercepted him there, but in the position that I was in, all I probably could have done was like clip him in the legs in midair, and that might have fucking killed the guy. You know, Flately made him do a 360 or a front flip or something like that. So I'm just like, he hasn't hurt anybody, he hasn't done anything crazy, not the biggest deal. Let him make his jump. I expected to just be able to grab him when he landed, but he landed sort of on his hands and knees, like on the ground. At that point, I started to reach down, like, because I figured, like, oh, he's going to take a second to get up. He just continues to crawl on his hands and knees across the floor, in a crowded club. Goes through a fucking customer's legs. Craziest, like, what the fuck are you doing? Through the customer's legs, and ends up right headfirst into another bouncer where he tries to go through his legs. Bouncer grabs him by the waist, sort of lifts him up, and then slams him back onto the ground. Guy just, like, flattens out. Oh shit, I've been caught. We realize as we surround this guy, at some point he's lost both of his shoes in the middle of the club. His wallet, I believe, had fallen out, like his phone and stuff like that. I think when he landed on the stage, everything is scattered. They slam him against the wall, the front door. What the fuck is going on? They're trying to figure out things. This idiot only owed $80. All this work to try to escape for $80. Our boss man or whatever, manager of the place, comes by, listens to what's going on, doesn't realize the guy owes money, and just goes, get the fuck out of the club. He thought he was just acting like an idiot. Kicks him out. We keep his shoes and his cell phone and all this stuff because, you know, fuck it, he deserves it at this point. We just threw it back on our lost and found just because it was funny.
If you had his wallet, you could have taken whatever money was there.
That's technically kind of stealing, you know what I mean? He owes us the money, we can't take the money. There's kind of a difference there. So at the point, we were just like, fuck this guy, we're gonna throw his stuff into the lost and found, and it's eventually just gonna get thrown into the garbage. Like, if nobody collects it after a couple months, it's just gone. Right? We're just gonna throw it out. We don't give a shit.
At that point, you get to look through the wallet.
No.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, we just thought, like, it'd be funny, this guy deserves to walk home in his socks and stuff. This guy phones the police! And it's like, he wanted...
I knew this part.
Yeah. He phones the police because he didn't like the treatment of getting slammed on the ground and us, like, taking his shoes and stuff. What he doesn't know is our strip club is the unofficial strip club for the police force. Because there's 3 police precincts in the neighborhood. And our strip club is one of the few strip clubs in the city that don't have drugs and prostitution in it. Like, it's a very strict business sort of strip club. So the police officers that come, like, they use our club for all, like, bachelor parties and all that sort of stuff, and the officers know the manager, and they hang out here, and, you know, at least once or twice a week we get detectives or off-duty police officers just hanging out with us. Well, not really hanging out with us, but, like, in the club, and they just know the manager.
So are you basically implying corruption in the police force here?
Not corruption, but when the police officers show up and hear this story and get our side of it, their reaction is to laugh. Like, they're just like, oh, what a fucking idiot.
You're making your police force sound biased.
It's Toronto. Sometimes they are biased. So they end up, sometimes I said, it's a big police force. Choose a song to play. I don't know if these are real songs or not.
Could be.
I think I just selected it.
Sure, that works.
Cool. Yeah, we get to select our, like, songs for the day. Oh shit, affairs and songs. Alright, we've added things here. St. John's Cathedral, vandalism. We receives a frightened call from the local cathedral. The morning The abbot discovered that someone entered the old cemetery during the night. The old yard's tombstones are painted with satanic symbols. Some have been broken into pieces. There are even marks from a shovel, but they'd say no more. Okay, so we got...
Send your 2, like, lowest star people and just, like, use them up, and maybe they'll find somebody.
Alright, what is the affairs here? Affairs at the police station. Here's our personnel. Can we look at them? Oh, info, there we go.
Oh, and you can
Jonathan
move them to the other
Beasley
shift.
doesn't tell me what he's supposed to be doing.
Ah.
I can fire him.
I mean, they're in, like, plain clothes and stuff. Are they, like, detectives?
I don't know. We can hire people here.
Ooh.
Backlog, not muchin'. Not muchin'. I'm thinking this music is going to end up fucking us over on the Let's Play. It's actually going to be licensed music. And then YouTube is just going to be like, oh, you're stealing these songs. We get a lot of that on fucking Let's Plays. Alright. Atticus Tower, vandals and businessman Harley Jones looking out his window saw 2 teenagers scratching offensive slogans on his new car. Alright, you only need 1 police officer for that. Proceed. So yeah, finishing up the story, the cops came to the club, found out, like, oh, this kid was just being an idiot, grabbed his shoes and, like, all of his stuff and just went out and went, like, go home, kid, here's your shit, leave. And then the cops just hung out for the next half an hour talking to the manager. So, the club's kind of cool that, you know, we do have the back of some of the officers and stuff, that when we do get into altercations with drunks and stuff like that, if we do end up getting physical, we have people that understand what we're doing. We're not automatically seen as, like, brutes that are just beating people up, which sometimes is what bouncers are looked as. Suspicious individual. Waitress named Mila reports that she would have just served a chicken, Eddie, and a Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal who she'd seen on television just this morning. Culprit is sitting at the window eating a burger. Alright.
Send your 2, like, highest star people.
2 highest.
Yeah.
I think we can use...
It's like America's Most Wanted up in this shit.
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Report and vandalism. Fucking hell! Can you guys do something? I'm gonna fire my entire police force here. Police station. Okay, let's just taking a look at what's going on here. Do.
I like how you're trying to sing along with a song you've never heard before.
Well, there's nothing else going on at the moment. Suspicious individual. Waitress had mistaken retired officer Frank Nero for the fugitive in question. Fucking hell. And then I sent my 2, like, one of my best people.
But it was a high-profile thing.
Nightclub. Mr. Boyd, my bouncer, stuffed himself with Mexican food again. Now he can't get off the can. Meanwhile, the line outside is stretching around the back. We need someone outside who can tell the cool guys from the punks. Why do the police officers do this?
Yeah, this isn't a police job.
Okay, whatever. I'm gonna send Birch Jr. Maybe we'll help out. I guess police sometimes can help out with these things. Like, you see them at conventions and stuff like that.
But by the look of this dude, I think he's just gonna get beat up.
You never know. I mean, he's gonna be showing up in his police blues. I mean, like, that's gonna have some sort of respect.
Depending on the city, I guess.
Ice Arena. Anonymous call just came in. A clown carrying balloons at the skating rink is selling crack to teenagers. Alright, let's go. Officers Samity and Grant. Think you guys can handle a crack-selling clown? What other stories are interesting at the club? Report. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. And one night I pulled in more cash than I earned a living month working at this dump.
Who needs
They wouldn't mind taking me on. I guess I just wasn't cut out to be a cop. Alright, that's fine. You were a shitty cop to begin with. Thanks for your help, Mr. Boyd. Hey, we got fucking $5,000.
That's weird.
Is this a crooked thing?
No, I mean, I guess that's the guy who owned the club.
Yeah.
So,
but is this crooked that we're, like, taking money from the club? Naked man carrying a canister of gasoline is threatened to set himself on fire unless his favorite chewing gum becomes popular again. Alright, I think you only need 1 officer for this. Just tase him and be done with it. What other good stories at the club can I tell? I mean, thinking of these old guys, we've got, like, some older people at the club that aren't... They're not really bouncers. Drug sales. Police arrive. A clown is making a balloon animal for the kids. Carefully watch the clown from the stands. Take the clown onto the ice and round up any witnesses. Cover up a raincoat. Pretend to be an illicit customer. Well, we'll carefully watch. We'll do the proper officer thing. Officer escaped. Fuck. Offender escaped. Fuck. Why are you all so terrible?
maybe you need to just buy some better police officers.
Suicide threat. Offender escaped! How do you all escape? My guys need to do some cardio. Alright, so end of the day again. Yeah, but we got some older guys. They're not so much there to be bouncers. They're there for, the manager role. And we got a couple of them that probably...
I'm sorry, what? Enemies using feminists to destroy Freeburg. How does that work?
I don't know. But yeah, old guys, there for kind of the manager sort of thing. Not usually the best option for any sort of altercations. If anything, they start altercations. I've had to get in between one of the old guys and customers frequently. But some of the funnier incidences that we've had is there was a story that how much can I give away here? There was a seminar given for the club. All the employees had to do this before I got there on how to handle things like racial things or handicap things or sexist things. So just general
political correctness.
Yeah, just general make sure.
Okay. Before you get into anything incriminating, keep in mind that people can probably figure out what club in Toronto is frequented by police officers and so on and so forth.
No, because when you look up what club has been frequented in Toronto, you're going to get the super bad ones. There's maybe 3 good ones that are upstanding. Anyway, old guy, they do the whole spiel of oh, this is how you be politically correct. About 2 days later, a guy in a wheelchair comes in with his dog to help him and stuff like that. Or no, it wasn't a guy. That's a different story. A guy comes in with his CNI dog, something like that. Wants to get lap dances. We've gotten this occasionally as well. We get a couple blind people in. We get customers going or even waitresses and stuff oh, why is a blind guy coming to a strip club? Well, they can still get lap dances. It's still ooh, this physical sensation and stuff like that. So I understand. But this guy came in with his dog. And this old guy was just sort of oh, I don't want... I'm giving away too much here. I don't want this guy in the club and his stupid mangy dog and blah, blah, blah. And he's going on and on. And, the other bouncers are no, we gotta let him in. It's completely fine. It's his CNI dog and stuff like that. And the manager's no, this guy's wasting my time and get his fucking filthy dog out of here. And he's just continuously trying to kick this guy out with his dog and, arguing with him.
Those are detectives.
Alright, homicide. Black activist Ronnie Moore was found shot outside his home. We will send the black guy, because he will understand, I guess.
Why are you gonna be racist?
Shit, I didn't send any cops to help him. Oh well. City Hall destruction property. Member of the city's screening crew saw an old elderly man approaching some expensive cars in the parking lot, carrying a long iron rod. The whole street could hear him shouting, "Bastards, thieves, bloodsuckers!" Alright, we'll send, her and we'll send one of these good cops, because we need to catch somebody, because our odds aren't great right now. The racist gang has recently made some trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople and beating them to death. Holy shit. They recently sent a message to the local radio station promising to kill all black doctors, firemen, and police. We don't need any more dead police, especially not mere months before the election. The racists are gaining more and more followers. Even some of our citizens are support them. You'll have to fire all your black employees over the next 2 days due to mounting racial tensions. What? How does this work?
I think this is our crooked angle coming in. It's they're gonna kill black police officers, so we have to fire them so we don't have any for them to kill.
But how is that crooked?
I mean, it's not, guess it's not crooked, but it's not sort of upstanding, oh, we stand behind our black police officers. It's just sort of let's get rid of this problem. Alright,
gas station surveillance recorded a car that's on the stolen vehicles list. Alright, go on, Purdy. I guess you can take up some backup. Fuck it. You can take a lot of backup. We need to get something done here. So yeah, old man as well. At one point here, there was a customer that came in. It was an Indian guy. And, sometimes when customers come in, they'll come in and out, go for smokes, that sort of thing. And you have to recognize them, so you don't have to ID them or anything like that, again, when they come in. And the old guy, he thought... I'm fucking this up. I'm trying to read and then do the story at the same time. Okay, you read this while I'm thinking of the story. Okay, I gotta do this while I think of the story.
Yeah,
homicide. Black activist was found shot outside his home. They drove by in a sedan. They shot a machine gun. I didn't see much. Alright, so these are witnesses. I only heard a few muffled shots. He got what he deserved. He'd been causing trouble a long time. Recently, there's a lot of cursing and carrying on. Don't remember the car. Neighborhood was quiet. Never heard any shots. Police these days don't do nothing. I almost died myself. Okay, sequence.
We got him coming out and then him dead. So
Okay.
there's barely anything there.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on at that point. Destruction of property. Offender caught, finally. Alright, so they went up in their thing. So yeah, now I gotta think of the story again.
Something about an Indian guy?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to think of. Carjacking, suburb. Driver is nowhere to be seen. Eyewitnesses. Wait a safe distance for the driver to appear. Alright, that'd be the best option. Fender caught. Hey.
Civilian killed.
How the fuck did that happen? Alright, suspicious individual. Corey Ramsey, mother of several children, has expressed concern about a suspicious man wearing bifocal seated on a bench outside the playground. He's been watching the children for over an hour, has taken several photographs of them. Alright, so that is technically illegal in New York. In New York, you cannot hang around anywhere that children are without a child yourself. It's a weird law where it's like, I get the intentions, it's like to protect kids and stuff like that, but it's also like, as a man myself, I can't just go and eat lunch in a park that happens to be near like a playground. It's just, that's illegal to me. Alright, so this is all in red. Dragon's Lair Club. So I think this is a crooked option. Mr. Boyd, I'm opening Freeburg's first martial arts club, and it's my first exhibition. I want to hold a sparring match with one of my students. Takes on your toughest cop. After the fight, I'll teach your man a few tricks, something that'll help him out on the streets.
Can you switch to Shift A, maybe? Because no one on this...
No, because this is alternating. So this is like a Monday shift, and then like Shift A will be like Tuesday, so they have a day off.
Send Kochi then, because...
Alright, that's a good cop, though.
Yeah, that's the point. You want your toughest cop who's going to learn some
He
more.
doesn't know my fucking thing. I want to give one of my okay cops a little advantage.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Alright.
It's sort of like, you don't get your, like, super badass cop to go learn how to do a couple shitty kung fu moves, right?
I guess. You got to report.
Hey, offender caught. Cool, so things are going well. This shift is a lot better than the last shift. Homicide report. You got 3 new frames. Open investigation. What does this do?
So I think you got to read the stuff up here and try to figure out the order, and then once you got the sequence put together, like the way it goes with the eyewitness bits.
Yeah, alright. So they drove by in a sedan. Is this a sedan? No, it's a pickup truck.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if this, like, counts. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is this a sedan? Yeah, that's a sedan.
That looks like a gas station or something.
I don't
think that even belongs in there.
But this seems to be... I'm afraid if I close this...
Reread the things and see if you can get it.
Yeah, I was there to buy some medicine. Or nearly hit by some idiot's car. So I'm thinking... this doesn't have any place in this.
Yeah, because you've got so much room for frames, and you only want to put in the things that are relevant, right?
I guess. Okay, we'll close for now. The day's almost over, though.
I assume
Kevin's Thorn Bar. Bartender reports that a couple dancers started fighting over tips. Catfight broke out on the stage. That sounds like a fun night. Alright, we're going to send Price.
Yeah, because she's so useful.
Austin. Night's almost over. There we go. Send a SWAT team to the strip club. Octopus Restaurant. Bartender reported that a fight has broken out between a patron and the bar's bouncer. The man, reportedly drunk, climbed onto the stage while a local singer was performing, tried to sing a duet with her. Alright, well, we don't need a ton of officers for that. Then they have 2. And again, the day's almost over. It's like, shit, the bouncer can't handle one guy jumping on stage? Chief, I just nailed the Jap a couple times, but he was too fast for me and won a few points. Don't understand all their rules, can't keep track of their points very well, but he was alright. Showed me a few tricks after the match. I got carried away a little, pulled my back. Think I can take the day off. Yeah, sure, whatever. But did you learn anything?
Well, I think she's saying she got a couple moves.
And that's the night. Alright, so, oh, shit. The fight on the stage, 2 strippers are going at it. It's gone beyond arguing to a full-on cat fight. Bouncer's fast asleep. Clearly too wasted to handle the situation. Cut this crap out. It's going to get serious. Draw your service weapon. Shut off the music. Turn up the lights.
Either 1 or 3, I think.
Strippers continue fighting, oblivious to the police presence. Step onto the stage. Try to separate the girls. Bucket of cold water. Alright, separate the girls. How? They work there! How did they escape? Just get their names and arrest them. Ugh, you people are terrible. Alright, we're at like 35 minutes. This is gonna have to be it for the night. I guess we gotta wait for our people to come back. Reports on the fight. Offender caught. Alright, not bad. Alright, so come back for part 2 of This Is the Police. I'm enjoying this game. We're just going to have to keep going and see how much we can fuck things up. Because we still need to see whether or not we need to fire all of our police officers or if they're going to get assassinated. So come back for that. Things could get very dicey. Thank you for watching.